All right, so just want to see if anybody could hear me because I was having some audio issues the last time that I came on. We are drinking coffee and teaching magic. It's a cold one out there today. Also, if anybody wants to join the live, I have a link in the description. Um, because of the audio issues, I need somebody to let me know if you guys can hear me all right. Anybody let me know if you guys can hear me okay. Um, if you're watching this, can you comment below and let me know if you can hear me okay? I was having some audio issues the last time um, that I went live, so trying to see if these are working better here for the microphone. Anybody comment below, let me know if you can hear me okay. I had some audio issues the last time. And if you're willing to learn some magic, we have some pretty cool stuff in store for you. Just let me know. Any requests to learn anything specific, also let me know. Got a lot to go over. So if anybody is interested in learning some magic, oh, one important thing. If you want to join the live, go to the description of this video and you'll see a link. If you click that link, I can accept you and you can join the live. So go ahead and do that. That way I can have you on the video with me learning some magic. It's a lot easier for me to teach when I actually have somebody on here to teach versus me just kind of talking to myself, right? So let me know. Can you hear me? Is there any audio issues this time around? Just put it in the chat. Let me know. You're drinking coffee and doing card magic. Also, if you just want to see me do something interesting, leave a comment with a specific card, and I think you should be able to find it in an interesting way, right? One of the things that I love to do um, is uh, shuffle the cards up, like I was just doing, obviously. But after you shuffle the cards, you then have someone say stop anywhere they'd like. Let's say they say stop right here, and then I kind of feel the cards, right? Uh, have someone put these cards in their hand, and I think it feels like if I could weigh these out, I guess this is approximately 28 cards. Let's see if that's right. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Should be 8 more to go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. 28 cards. That's just something I enjoy doing recently. So, anybody interested? Join the live. Come join me on video, and let's learn some magic together. Anybody interested? Just let me know. Matter of fact, don't even let me know. Click the link. I'll see that you requested to join, and I'll add you on immediately. This is sort of like the equivalent to a radio show saying, having callers call in, except it's on video, YouTube. So if you want, go ahead and join the video. Click the link, join the video, learn some magic. I have offered, well, I only offered one person this time around to join me. But if you'd like, click the link in the description, join this very live right now, and let's learn some magic together, okay? Also, if you guys have any requests to learn anything specifically, we can do that. Anything that I know that I feel confident in teaching, which is quite a few things, um, go ahead and put it in the comments. If you want to learn how to control a card, for example, we can do that. If you'd like to learn, uh, how to manipulate the cards in certain ways, you want to learn how to do a double lift, we can do the best double lift in the world. At least in my opinion, this is probably the best double lift in the world, because like this, boom, it's different, right? So if you'd like, let's do that. I can teach the double lift. I can teach the pass. I can teach a lot of very valuable card magic here on this live today. Got plenty of time too, so please join me. Click the link in the description, and we'll have someone join the live, and I can teach you one-on-one here today. So, matter of fact, I need to grab another deck of cards that we can do some manipulation with. All right, here we go. Got another deck, and here we are using the Signature Edition, which is a pretty cool deck. Really like the handling on it. It feels great. Oh man, I gotta break this one in a little bit more. Matter of fact, I think I need to remove this. Let's do that now. Let's remove any jokers or add cards. That's also pretty important. All right. So, guys, what do you want to learn? What can I teach you? You guys want to do basics today? We go over regular things like the riffle shuffle, the how to do it in the hands cut, right? Like this here. How to spread the cards, and the ability to spread the cards and have them all fan out like this in your hands. You guys want to learn how to control a card, a simple controller. Let's say if somebody chooses this card. All right, put that card back in here. You'll do a double undercut and get that card mixed up into the deck. Do you guys know how to do a double undercut? That's my next question. If you don't know how to do a double undercut, I can teach that and control the card just like that. And that was actually a double that I don't normally do. But what the hell? I know how to do it, so let's do it. Lots of different doubles I can teach. What do you guys want to learn? Talk to me. I mean, I think that this is probably one of the most convincing doubles. Just like that here. Take that card, lose it somewhere into the middle of the deck. Matter of fact, even give the deck a little bit of a shuffle. And how about a couple of cuts as well? Just like that. And that card should be mixed and lost in the deck, but it's not. Anybody want to learn that? We can learn that. This is a lot of like basic stuff that I use all the time. We can go over how to do a one-handed cut here, the Charlier. We can learn how to Pharaoh shuffle the cards, which is something that I really like doing. Not sure why, it just feels great, right? Pharaoh the cards, and you can kind of see, this is interesting. You actually see the cards, they're mixed in one by one after the other. It's a lot cooler in person. Let's go ahead and do some more card manipulation. If you want to learn, you want to join the live, for anybody that I haven't told already, go to the description section of the live, and you can actually join me on camera right now and learn some magic for anybody that's interested. Join the live. You know, I need to write something down, don't I? Write something that says join the live. I should probably do it on this side of the feed, right? Let's do that. I used that last time. Let's not do that. Let's see here. Yeah, I can do this. Let's do this right now. Well, I sure hope I spelled it right. All right, let's see. Damn, I forgot that it's actually going to be backwards, isn't it? If you guys can read this, let me know. Uh, Leave it in the comments. Somebody get in the chat and let me know something here. Put it in the chat. Can you read this? Is it backwards? It looks backwards to me. And oh, look at that. Isn't that cool? Spin that little card around. All right. So that idea did not work out as well as I thought it would. All right. Scratch that idea. It was a good plan. It was a good plan. It didn't work out. So if you guys want to learn some magic, stay tuned. We're hopefully going to have somebody join the live. This is one of those lives that you can join. Which actually, I don't see a lot of people doing that, letting random people on the internet join the live. So if you want to join this live, the link's in the description, and we can also learn some card magic today. Okay. Anybody interested in joining the live? We can have a discussion, conversation. We can have a debate, an argument, whatever you'd like. Go ahead and join the live, whether you friend or foe. Join the live. I'm up for it today. Who is interested in joining the live? Link is in the description. If you want to join, we can do that. So come and join the live with me. Click the link in the description. It'll let me know, give me a notification, and I can add you onto this live. So let's do it. Who is brave enough to join the live? Any of you? Looks like we've got mostly spectators then today. Mostly spectators. Nobody wants to join. I haven't gotten any requests. It's in the description section of this video. Please join the live. Oh, that would have been cool. Could have done something like this. Then production of the 2-4 black 4s, right? Who wants to join the live? Who wants to learn some card magic? Let's do this. Join the live. Have a discussion with me. Learn some magic. Whatever you want to do. Tell me I'm trash. Whatever you want. Click the link in the description to join this very live right now. And we can have some interesting stuff going here. I'd like to teach some card magic. Let's say if somebody was to name a random card, right? Let's say they name the Ace of Spades. You see the Ace of Spades here? Take the Ace of Spades, leave it right inside the deck, right in the middle. And even though we leave, oh, dropped it. Hold on. Ace of Spades goes somewhere in the middle of the deck. You can visually see that the ace is in the middle. Uh, Even though the ace is put inside the middle of the deck, we're still going to control that ace to the top of the deck in 1, 2, 3, just like this. And the ace is controlled to the top. We can also take the ace, put it in the middle, control it via a break, do a double undercut, just like that, and have that ace controlled exactly to the top once again. There's lots of ways to do this, as you probably know or don't know or like to learn. One of my favorite ways, I think, is to take any card, open up a fan like this, place that card somewhere in the middle, have your spectator push it in like this, close up the fan, and as soon as I've closed up that fan, that card is already controlled. Literally already controlled. There's plenty of ways we can do this. Let's say if I was to cut the deck here a couple of times like this, and right, just like that. Already that card has been controlled to the top once again, right? I'm sorry about my card manipulation. I have a cut on my finger that is a little throwing me off. Put some super glue on it. It's a little slidey, right? There's lots of ways, like I was saying, lots of ways to control cards when it comes to card manipulation. But one of my favorite ways is to palm the card, right? Lots of ways to do that. We can go over how to do that here in this video today. But what I need most is I need somebody to go to the description section of this video, click the link, and join the live today. Let's see here. Where we at? Let's find that the ace right here. We have the ace. Now, all I'm going to do is close the cards up just like this. And as soon as I turn the deck over, that card has been controlled all the way to the top. Wouldn't you believe it? We can learn that here today. Hello, hello. How are you doing today? Glad I got somebody in the comment section. Listen, I need your help. Can you let me know if you can hear me well? I had a little bit of audio issues the last time that I did the live. So if you could just give me a thumbs up or something, letting me know that you can hear me, I would greatly appreciate that. Okay, so let's talk about controlling more cards. Right? That card, of course, you just saw me shuffle the deck. We can shuffle the deck some more. Sounds awesome. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you. That card, instead of controlling it to the top like I was normally doing, I am controlling that card to the bottom. Yeah, weird, right? So you can lose that deck somewhere in the middle, and it looked like it was lost, right? And that's because I am keeping a break. But not only that, am I keeping a break, but even from keeping a break, you can just do what is called a turnover pass and have it directly towards the bottom again, if you'd like, instead of the top like we did last time. And also, I would like to mention, now that we've got a couple more people watching, if you would like to join this live with me right now and learn some card magic one-on-one, you can do that absolutely free. The link is in the description. Click that link. I'll get a notification right here, and I can add you onto the live, and we can learn one-on-one at no cost to you. So if you guys would like, you can also request something to learn. If you want to learn a specific effect or a specific move or anything like that, let me know. It could be something as simple as learning how to fan the cards, or if you want to learn a control, right? If you want to learn how to control a card, which there's lots of ways to do that, but you can learn how to control a card here today. Just like this, control that card. Bada bing, bada boom. I think it was what, the eight of, no, what was it? The eight of, was it the eight of spades or was it the 10? I'm a little bit confused now, but as a matter of fact, let's just continue to use the ace of spades like we were doing earlier and make things a lot more simple so I don't forget where we're at. Okay. Hello, Next Gen Spawn. What's up, my buddy? How are you doing? I am teaching some card magic for free here on live, and not only that, but I am trying to get some people to join the live. The link is in the description. Anybody that wants to join the live, you can join the live to talk shit. You can join the live to learn some magic. You can join the live to debate me. You can join the live for whatever reason you want. I'm just trying to get somebody to join me to have a conversation while I'm teaching some card magic. Like I said, we can learn any specific move that you want. I got you, buddy. I know the feeling. I've got the rest of the week off, so I am utilizing my time and trying to do this YouTube thing. You know how it is, especially you. You definitely know how it is. Okay, so we were talking about controlling cards, right? Let's talk about the past because I think this is something that a lot of people kind of sleep on when it comes to card manipulations and moves. And I have lost the card we were working with. We were working with the ace here. Yeah, right. Pretty good idea, I think. It gives people opportunity to get like a one-on-one lesson. So if anybody's interested for at no cost to you, okay, at no cost to you, you can right here learn some magic for free and join the live. Anybody that wants to join the live can join the live. And I caught all those cards miraculously in my hand. I don't know how that just happened. Wild. Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking there. Anybody that wants to learn some card magic, some card manipulation, I don't do much cardistry or anything like that. Uh, just not my thing. I guess I don't find it as valuable when it comes to, card magic. And there's also this kind of philosophy that people tend to have when it comes to magic about when the spectator sees you manipulating the cards a little bit too well, they're like, oh, well, now he can do anything with a deck of cards. So you kind of lose that bit of magical feeling, that impossibility. They look at you saying, um, you know, he's able to manipulate these cards in all kinds of different ways. So I just keep it simple, a simple, about as far as that goes, a Pharaoh shuffle, because it doesn't look that magical. It does look pretty cool. Um, so I've seen a lot of people in cardistry do that, and then I've seen, keep it simple, fan, choose a card. So things that um, are sort of valuable in magic. Um, the less the skill visible, the more miraculous it seems. Exactly. So a simple overhand shuffle seems to suffice for most people. Most people do an overhand shuffle. If you want to get a little bit more fancy, you can do a riffle shuffle with a bridge. And even that, most people, there's a lot of people out there that don't really play cards that just see that they're like, oh, but the fact that you see that, pretty commonly makes people think, okay, okay, this guy plays cards. Doesn't mean that he's a wizard with the playing cards, right? But let's learn some more moves here. Something I think since I came aware of it, has been super valuable. If you have the spectator just say stop anywhere you want, it truly doesn't matter where they say stop, but you can have them come out through here and they're going to say stop, and you pull out one card that they stop at. You show them that card. In this case, it's going to be the four of clubs, right? You take that four, you say we're going to lose that four somewhere into the middle of the deck like this. Boom. And that card is completely lost, except for the fact that it didn't go anywhere. So this is a great control, and it's a double. And it's actually not very difficult. It's a little funny with, the positioning, what fingers you use, but riffle down the deck here, right? Stop anywhere. Now the key is don't put in your pointer finger, put in your middle finger to catch a little break here. Let off one, and then let off a second one. Then you're going to grab it with the pointer finger, pull out those two as one. Now, the good thing about this is as it pinches those cards together, it keeps them together. So it looks so fair, right? That looks like one card. So to keep it together, you grab it here, pull out, just show and display, and then just let it over very simply, very easily and smooth, right? And at that point, the card has been controlled. It is a double. You can do whatever you'd like. If you'd like to do a traditional double one more time, or the David Blaine double, you can do that. It's entirely up to you. But that 10 Whether you want to lose it into the middle, so to speak, or you want to do a card to mouth routine or something like that. That double's already set up. It looks brilliant. Most people don't think of doing a double from the middle of the deck. So anybody that wants to join the live, I probably mentioned this a couple of times already. Anybody that wants to join the live can join the live, and we can have a conversation about magic. We can learn some magic. Who knows? You might be able to teach me something. That'd be pretty cool. Um, we can have a discussion. We can have a debate, whatever you'd like. I am up for it. I have some time today, and whatever you guys want to do. This, I don't know which side the description is. I think it should be there or here. Anyway, click the link in the description above, and that link. I don't know if you can click it, but at least copy paste whatever you got to do. Get to that link and put it in, and you can join the live. Okay, join the live, and we can have a discussion. We can learn some magic. We can do whatever you like. I just want to get a guest on here, somebody completely random, and this is kind of the idea that I've been having. Is let's get somebody random on here and let's learn some magic. Let's do some card manipulation, and let's see what you guys have in store for me. Uh, I think the last time I did this, I posted a link on Facebook. Posted a link on Facebook, but nobody took the opportunity to join me on the live. I know sometimes people are busy, but if you'd like to learn some magic, I put the link in the description so you can join me. And I think that if we get more, get somebody to join, this live will be a lot more interesting. That way, I'm not sitting here talking to myself, um, which I think, if anybody listens to podcasts, it's like if you have a podcast or if there's a radio show and there's just somebody speaking, we don't have any music going on or anything, just someone speaking to themselves. It can get a little redundant and boring. So click the link in the description and join me on the live. Copy paste it, whatever you got to do, and let's get to it. But let's talk a little bit about magic theory, right? Because I did bring up what I brought up earlier, magic theory. So earlier I was talking about going a little bit too crazy with the card manipulations and cardistry and all that type of stuff. I don't do a lot of that stuff, and it's not that I don't have the ability to. I just haven't learned it because it doesn't seem to affect too much with the magic. Like there's not a lot of things. As a matter of fact, I haven't learned how to spring the cards properly because I thought that it wouldn't help. But there's this one move that I really want to learn that will require me to spring the cards. If you know what that move is, you know. And if not, um, then yeah, I'm gonna have to learn how to do it in the left hand. Which next gen spawn, I know you'll be perfect for that. I'm ambidextrous, but there's certain things with card manipulations that I find difficult, especially with the left hand, right? Um, Lots and lots of moves that are easy and lots of moves that are hard. So let's talk about control again, and let's just bring this one up because I don't think I actually I did teach this one. Okay, so let's go over something really simple that a lot of people who are first now getting into magic may do or may not do. Got to practice twice as much. Yes, that is the hard part for me. As you already know, I work, long hours, so practicing, and that's not an excuse, but practicing can be a little bit difficult. I have to practice as much as I can when I can. But when you work, 60-hour weeks, it can be a little bit difficult. I got lucky this week. I am off the rest of the week, so that's awesome. Um, but yeah, let's talk about losing a card here. Right? So we got the eight of spades. Lose it somewhere into the middle. Now, something that actually gets slept on a lot is when you cut the cards over here like this. Like let's say you cut over half the cards and you have someone say, "Hey, return the cards here." That is a perfect move if you need a key card, Because you can actually have a sandwich key card effect. So, like for example, let's go ahead and set this up. Let me show you exactly what I'm talking about here. Like a sandwich key card. You can have somebody pick a card, and let's do it like this. Let's set this up. I'm going to make this as realistic as possible. But you can have someone pick any card they want, right? Boom. They pick this card. Doesn't matter what card it is. It is the three of spades. Check this out. You say, okay, and you do this. Uh, I'm forgetting the name of this for some reason, but you're going to cut the cards over like this, and you have them return that card, right? And bada bing, bada boom, they return the card. You put the rest of the cards on top, and right there, you've already sandwiched that card in between two other cards. So the two other cards I did an example is the two jokers, right? So even if you were to write down two cards, let's say uh, you do it for you do this effect for anybody. You could write down two cards. Oh, I made a prediction. Oh, that card wasn't either of your cards. It could be, a king of, whatever. You write down two cards. Oh, that's not your card. Oh, I know why I wrote these two cards down. It's because that is the card your card is sandwiched in between. Little stuff like that. But there's just like a lot of little things like that that people kind of sleep on. But getting back to my point about card control, right? Of course, this is super simple, and I'm gonna teach you another super simple card sandwich a little bit later. But it's off the same kind of idea or concept. But yeah, just swing cut. That's what it was. Swing cut, right? And let's say you chose a card. Let's look at that. Same card. Let's use this card as an example. You have someone return that card. And after you do the swing cut, you're just going to dribble these cards on top. And it looks like a complete mess, right? We just lost that card into the middle. But as I come back here, I'm pulling up a little bit, getting a break. And that's one of the cleanest breaks that you can get, right? Because everything is dribbled on top. It looks messy. You can cut the cards a bunch of times to the uh, table or whatever you'd like, and that card is completely controlled to the top. So let's go over one more time how that works. If there's anybody new here watching, you can click the link in the description and join this very live and learn some magic one-on-one. Let's get back into this. So let's say somebody chooses a card. They choose another three, the three of diamonds. Okay. You're going to swing cut, take that, have them return that three to the top of the packet that you just swing cut. Dribble these cards. So from the side here, we're dribbling down here and then moving forward. So that's obviously completely exaggerated, but the point is, for when you go to grab it, you're going to grab here with almost the line of your thumb is going to connect to that card and pull up slightly, squaring everything, getting a pinky break yourself. And once everything is nice and squared up, it looks like that card's completely lost. So at this point, you can do a double undercut. You can start dropping packs of cards down to the table. And I'm going to give you guys a big tip. How do you get a pinky break and not leave a gigantic gap up front? So as you see here, there's no like big gap because some people they'll do the pinky break and they so hard for me to show you, but they'll leave like this weird little gap. What you got to do is you got to square it up from the back, square it up from the front, and then at the same time, you're going to apply pressure here with your finger upward, and that's going to give a slight bow to the cards, and that's how you prevent that hideous hideous gap, right? Because there's going to be a little bit of a squaring action there, and you can prevent it and it works a lot better in motion as you're like loosening up with everything. Everything's loose. You square everything up, and then you just have that gap eliminated by putting pressure here. So anyway, that's just a little pro tip that I like to use, and also angling the cards. So you can angle them slightly forward. So in other words, they're angled like this instead of being flat. They're angled this way, meaning the bottom's a little bit further back and the top, and that just that angle itself gives the illusion that there is no gap whatsoever. Okay, That's actually pretty important. You just hold your finger out like this. Some people curl their finger up to the top here slightly, which is perfectly fine to do as well. So now we have that pinky break, okay? With that pinky break, there's lots of things you can do, and I'm going to go ahead and teach one of the classic moves, which is called the double undercut. Double undercut, the way that I was taught and the way I like to do it, is you come to grab here, right? Grab at this corner, go down, stop below your break, bring a packet up to the top. So you were stopping here, bringing that packet up to the top, then grab your break, bring it all up to the top. And what this does is brings the card that you were controlling up to the top. And that's just one of many ways to catch a break. Anybody new watching, click the link in the description. You can join the live right now if you're brave enough. I'm only saying that to tease you guys, but if somebody really wants to join the live, get face to face, one on one teaching with me right now, ask me any question you want. Of course, you can ask the question in the chat. So do it. I dare you, unless you're afraid. Just kidding. But seriously, anybody that wants to join the live, please go ahead and join the live right now. Link is in the description, and we are going over card manipulation currently. But you guys can change the subject, by commenting in the chat. Change the discussion. You want to learn a specific trick or a specific move, we can do that. We've already went over quite a bit of really good information. So let's go over a little bit more over card controls, because I think there's one card control that I got the idea from watching one of my favorite people here on YouTube, which is Sean Devine, which he was doing a lot of really, really cool stuff when it comes to this card control. And I just thought, why not just bypass all of that and do it a little bit differently? So we'll dribble the cards here. And let's say they say stop right here. And I say, okay, perfect. We're going to take a look at the card they stopped at, which happens to be the King of Diamonds. 26. If you know, you know. Never mind. So you take that card, the King of Diamonds, put it back in the deck, and then you're going to dribble this packet and lose that card somewhere into the middle, just like that. Okay. Let's throw the rest on top here. And of course, that card is thrown in the middle. It's lost, but really, it's not lost at all. All right, if that fooled you, say something in chat, say, oh shit, that fooled me, or that didn't fool me at all. That looked ridiculous. You POS. If it did fool you, it didn't fool you. Let me know. Also, I just shuffled the deck. As you see, it's not here anywhere. So that King of Diamonds is now lost, right? They're mixed in there somewhere. I think actually, no, that's King of Hearts. But let's go over the pass real quick because I think this is an important move to learn. Okay, so we got the King of Diamonds here. One of my favorite ways to do, because there's spread pass, there's all different types of passes, but one of my favorites, it just looks so simple because it is pretty simple. And what that is you find the card, you catch a break, and then you just turn the cards over. All right, turn the cards over here, and that card has already been controlled to the top. Weird, right? Do you use fanning power to fan like that? No, don't use fanning powder at all. I think fanning powder is something that magicians used to use a lot more back in the day. And the funny part is, I'm actually not that great at fanning. It might look like I'm okay at it, but I'm actually really not that great at it. Ask Next Gen Spawn, he'll tell you. No, it just takes practice, and also you need a good deck of cards. Which, funny enough, the deck of cards that I'm using today is the Riderback Signature Edition. And this Signature Edition is really, really good. It's thin. It is the thin crushed stock. Okay, and it's really good. Which actually a lot of cards for Magic and card manipulation is used. Well, they use the thin cut stock a lot nowadays. Also, Jimmy, if you're interested, you can click the link in the description. And join me here on this live right now if you'd like to. We can have a one-on-one conversation or learn some magic. But if you'd like, I'll actually teach right now how to fan a deck. And I know next gen Spawn is probably like gritting his teeth over there right now. He's like, "Oh, dude, you suck at fanning." Which, it's funny. The more if I were to have a couple of drinks right now, my fan would look like crap. If I'm completely sober, my fans look decent. They're not too bad. But let's go over how to fan a card because it's very important. Let me show you something. So if you have a card, let's say the spectator chooses a card, you can use that fan wonderfully enough to control their selection. You have them push it in, you close the fan up, and right there, I have just controlled their card. Yeah, to the top of the deck. Seriously, look. Oh, wasn't that it? Oh, that's not it. Where's it at? Oh, I lost the card. Hold on. Let's go back to using the Ace of Spades. So, because I don't think that was the card. Uh, you have the Ace of Spades chosen. You put your fan up, pushed it in, right? You're gonna close that up, and right there you were doing the push up move right there, and then we cut the deck a couple of times onto the table, and that card gets controlled. I did it again for some reason. I don't know what am I doing wrong here? Oh, I know what I'm doing. Uh, Disregard everything I was saying earlier. Let's say here, I haven't actually used this move in a while, but it's a good one. So let's try this again. Take that card, push it into the middle, have your spectator push it in, close it up. And even at this angle, you really can't even see where the card is. But what I'm going to be doing, I was doing the opposite, which messes everything up because then it gets cut into the middle. So instead of pulling up like I was doing, because I was doing that earlier, you're going to, or pushing down, you're going to want to pull up, right? Pull up here. Or damn it, I did it the opposite again. Oh man, uh, you don't want to push down, not pull up. So I have that card pushed here into the middle, right? And we're gonna push down this time. We're gonna push down, not up. I keep getting them mixed up. And then we're gonna start cutting piles here, and we have that card controlled. Yeah, don't pull up on this one. There's another move, which you're gonna be um, pushing up. That's if you want to control a card to the bottom. But yeah, anyway, we'll get to fanning the deck. I don't use fanning powder at all. Okay, so it's these two fingers here and your thumb, sort of like this little grip right here. Okay, this grip right here is what we're going to use. You want everything to be nice and squared up. You're going to put your fingers here almost towards the middle. Okay, so actually, you see where your thumb naturally like lines to the lines of your fingers here. It's about that spot right there where you want to apply the pressure. So you're going to apply the pressure here. Right, see where I'm at? Almost like everything's matching towards the middle where my thumb is, right? In the line of my finger, and then the top here, as you can see right here. And then we want to sort of like, I'm going to get a little bit of momentum with it, and the card starts spreading out, okay? So like this, we get our fingers here, and we pull. And now I'm not pulling the entire deck over. I'm pulling just the top portion, and I'm pressing down. Okay, so that actually looks horrible. You have to do it at speed. But I'm pressing down here, and the rest of that's going to push everything over. And it looks really bad when you do it slow, but when you do it fast, it comes out pretty decent. So boom, like this. And it's all about the finger placement, right? So we're here, pushing them over, boom. And from a top view, let's see if I can do it this way. So from a top view, it'll be right here. It's getting pushed, everything's getting pushed downward over, okay? So I'm not doing this, or actually I am doing that, but I'm not like trying to move this all over like this because that's going to be horrible. I'm just kind of very lightly pressing the top and pulling them all over. And it takes a little bit of practice, but you need a good deck of cards. And the newer the deck of cards, I'm doing that. Okay, you're awesome, awesome. Yes. So if you see what I'm saying here, and the newer the deck of cards, like if I were to open up a brand new deck of cards, beautiful fan. This one is a little bit old and beaten up, but the quality of the cards does matter. So yes, get you a good little fan, and this is good for display, good for saying pick a card, good for forcing a card. So Jimmy, if you would just look at these cards right here, do you see one? Does anyone stick out to you? The older the deck, the more skill required. That is very true. This one is pretty old. Um, and I mean, this one I just exclusively use to learn moves. So the King of Clubs, excellent. We'll use the King of Clubs. So I can take the cards and shuffle them up just like this here. And since we're talking about control, we can control that card, the King of Clubs, to anywhere we'd like in the deck, right? I can control it to 10th from the top, or as a matter of fact, any position you want. You can name a number, and that would be like any card at any number. But to keep things simple, I'm going to show you this just to keep things simple. You saw me shuffle the cards, right? I was shuffling the cards as you named the card, gave the cards a shuffle, not really seemingly paying attention to anything, and that card gets controlled to the top. If anybody has any idea how I did that, leave it in the comments. Just say I know. Leave a comment saying I know, and I'll know that you know that I know you know. But I am going to teach it. Yeah, yeah. It's not. It's actually not that difficult. So I'm using. It's funny because some of the beginner stuff. If you get really good at the beginner stuff, you'll fool magicians that like do really complicated sleight of hand. I know you know that I know you know. Ah, so you know. Exactly. Oh man, I'm starting to sound like. Never mind. Let me stop. All right. Yeah. So if you have anybody name a card, let's say, because I've been using the Ace of Spades, we'll use that. So what I'm doing here is I'm locating that card very quickly, and there's many ways to do this, and I'll go over a couple different ways to do it. But as I go to spread the cards, that's why it's good to learn how to spread the cards in your hand. I'm locating the ace. Now, I've located the ace already. So at this point, there's a couple ways I could do it. I'm going to show you exactly what I did earlier, which was all I did was grab a break. So once I see exactly where that card is, right, I grab a break under it, which this time we're doing the ace of spades, right? I then go to shuffle the cards, right? So that I'm picking the cards up like this, which all I'm doing is I'm literally picking up right at that card and shuffling the cards down, right? So I'm shuffling the cards down, and I've controlled that card to the bottom, but we want it to the top. So one thing that I'm going to do something that, because if you do something right away, people are looking for it. If you get a little time delay, makes it much better, much more fooling. So the first thing I did was I did a slip shuffle, which I grab that card here with my pinky, and then I start shuffling the cards over. And this is what's happening. And if you just do that, make it a big old mess, square it up like this. It really looks like nothing's being controlled, especially when you do it at speed. You're talking, cards are falling. Hey, that's how you know they're mixed. When really, if if a magician ever tells you that, he's doing something sneaky. So now that we got it controlled to the top, the last thing I'm going to do, the last shuffle, is to actually shuffle the cards normally, and just keep going until we get to there's about 10 cards left, and then I'm just going to run singles. Right, we're running singles nice and smoothly until we get that last card brought all the way to the top. Very simple. And the fact that I said name any card that you want to, that's what fools people. Um, but if you're able to control any card that someone freely names, see now I've got this card here where I want it. Now I can do all kinds of things. So for example, if I were to say control that card again, boom, I already did it, right? And it's the same thing, slip, shuffle, whatever you want. I sometimes, occasionally, like to give the deck to someone and say, go ahead and shuffle the cards up. They will go ahead and shuffle the cards up, cut them up as many times as they want, doesn't matter. And even though they've cut the cards, they did whatever, that card still gets controlled to the top. Now, if you know how I did that, comment, I know, whatever. Uh-oh, got one backwards. Let's not do that. But yeah, that is another classic method is to give it a in the hands riffle shuffle and a bridge. just like this, right? So all I'm doing here, and it's the classic stuff that seems to fool people, but there's a little touch to this riffle shuffle control that I do that I don't see a lot of people doing, but it helps. Like psychologically, it helps for especially for people who are trying to track what you're doing. So first thing we're gonna do is a swing cut. So a lot of people just doing that swing cut alone, right? Confuses people. I know a lot of people, they do this and then they bring the cards up, but you can very easily see, that this is the top of the deck. So if you're following me, you see that this is the top of the deck. And then if you do this, which is what a lot of people do, they can see that that top card never moved. How do you stop yourself from buying new magic? Okay. I think because there's a lot of good stuff out there. So you have to look at reviews. Magic Orthodoxy is a good place. No, I do stop myself. Trust me. There's plenty of. I buy more books than anything else, as you can see. I definitely buy a lot of books. I feel like there's more value in purchasing a book, even if you're not going to read the book right now, or you just leave it on a list to read. Way more value in reading books. It feels like a full-time job trying to keep up with new magic. Yes, and that's a problem. That's a problem that we have in the magic industry for sure. Is that everybody and their mom is coming out with something, and sometimes there's like the saying in magic, when you have the junk drawer full of magic, that's a real thing. I trust me, I literally have, and this is not a junk drawer because I should keep my good stuff in here, but this right here is an entire case filled with uh, not necessarily magic products, but here's a perfect example, and I'm going to show you what I mean here. So a perfect example would be something along the lines of this here, this 5 gum, right? So if I was to, matter of fact, just show you, I'll show you. I'm not going to show you how it works, but I'm going to show you that we have the 5 gum here, right? And like this, and the gum disappears. I'm never going to use this. I'm going to be completely honest with you. I'm probably never going to use it. I've probably used it once or twice since purchasing it, and it's been sitting in here. So you got to kind of fight yourself on that, to not buy these products, because I think you need to ask yourself, am I going to use it? And then sometimes you'll buy something, you'll learn the method, and you'll be like, wow, that was way more complicated than it needed to be. um, when you can, there's so many ways to do things, and sometimes people just find new ways, and these are still talented magicians, but they'll find new ways to do something, and they'll sell that even though it's not really all that practical or useful, for somebody who's actually out there performing. So it's hard to uh, not purchase magic. It really is. Like I could literally sell a product right now if I wanted to. Something that I came up with, like a card to pocket, that's gimmicked, and it'd be an actual physical thing that you purchase, and that I don't see a lot of people do. Actually, I don't see anybody doing it. But the whole point is, I could literally sell it, but at the same time, you can do the same exact thing with any card that you want to, and it doesn't matter. Like if I wanted to come here and pull this card out of my pocket, the same card we've been working with all night, the aces for all day, the ace of spades, I can do that, and that didn't require any gimmick. That didn't require any purchase. That required a little bit of practice, which is things you can learn in books. There's free material here on YouTube. There are plenty of places that you can join to learn magic online. Sign card to pocket. It is not a sign card to pocket, but what I just did can 1000% be a sign card to pocket. The interesting thing about the other card to pocket is how impossible it is. Um, which both versions you can give the deck to the audience to look through. One of the things I like to do when I do a card to pocket is say, um, guess the card wrong. Oh wait, damn, that wasn't your card. Hold out your hand and say, okay, give them the deck. Can you please place the card you chose on my hand? they're not finding it, and obviously it's in my pocket already. Um, but yeah, the what I just did right there, um, you can literally do a sign card to pocket, lose the card, control it in any way you'd like. Um, Matter of fact, I'm going to teach that right now. I'm going to teach card to pocket or card to wallet if you have a wallet that you like to use right now. So if anybody wants to learn card to pocket, stay tuned. I am new to Magic and just getting started performing. Uh, you get started to card to wallet, and the reactions were insane. I don't think a normal layman cares if it's signed. That is 1,000%. I mean, okay, so most people don't give a shit if the card is signed. So that's sort of like something we have to be careful as magicians is overproving. We tend to do that a lot when the normal person doesn't give a shit. They're just like, oh shit, how did you do that? They're not thinking that, oh, you signed the card, so it makes it impossible. Even further, they don't even, they just, how'd you do that? Is they're going to be their question, which is the method that I came up with. The card goes, it sort of works like this: you dribble the cards, and I'm not actually going to do it right now, but you dribble the cards, you show a card, right? Very clearly, you show the card like this, place it into the deck, and then you shuffle everything over, and then tell them, and this is move for move. Say, look, your card is in the deck, but just like that, your card is vanished. And just like that, very simply, you can spread out all the cards. They can look through them. They can go through the cards themselves if they like to, and they can see that the card is missing. And I pulled it out of my wallet, out of anywhere I'd like, under my hat, whatever you want to do. Hi, host. Hello, Chevy. Chevy 5 speed. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Manual, baby. I like that. Yes, sir. All right. Yes, 100%. It was the first time I got a reality check that magicians' guilt can be overcome. It can, for sure. Magician's guilt. You'll get past that. It's all about going out there and performing. Go out and perform. Go out and perform. But practice first. Make sure you have it down packed at least to the point where you can perform it consistently without messing up. Then actually go out and perform. And then that's when you'll know if you have it or not. And then once you perform an effect over and over and over enough, um, you'll have it down packed. But if you'd like, I'll go ahead and teach that card of pocket, the real world card of pocket that works with any deck you'd like. Can be signed if you wanted to. Um, like I said, the gimmicked version that I came up with can't be signed, but it's very convincing. But this version can be signed, so let's go over that. And like I said, there's lots of ways you can do it. Let's just go. It's so versatile, right? So versatile. Lots of different situations you can do. But let's say, matter of fact, we'll go into this move here. Let's say you dribble the cards down, and then you tell the spectator, I'm going to go through and actually like say we're going to sign the card, right? So I go through and I say, go ahead and give that card, your signature. Let's say they signed it. Right? You say, okay, great. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take that card and lose it back into the middle of the deck, but I'm going to do it in such a way that you can actually visibly see that card getting lost. So you take the card, you throw it in, just like that, and that card is completely lost into the middle of the deck. And now, knowing that that card is also not just lost into the middle of the deck, but it's also signed, you give the cards to the spectator, you have them shuffle up the cards some more, and then you say, okay, now your card's going to vanish. It's going to be completely gone. And then you say, but watch, check this out. And then you go grab a card out of your pocket and say, wouldn't it be amazing if this was your card? They're not going to believe you until you flip it around and show that the card is missing. All right. So if that fooled you, guys, give me a thumbs up in the comment section, and I will teach this method because it's so valuable, so very, very valuable. And then the method is a little bit difficult. I'll give you an easier way to do it. So you ditched it with your right hand. Almost, because there's the easier method is with the left hand. I didn't dish it at all. Actually, I did what's called a palm, and more specifically, it was a top palm. Real quick, I'm going to mention that if anybody wants to join the live, you can click the link in the description or copy and paste it if you like, and you can join this very live right now to get a one-on-one magic lesson. So let's get right into this. What I did was a control. The control I did, I'm not sure if I'm going to teach it yet, but I might teach it. We're already an hour in, so if anybody watches this live later on down the road and they want to learn something really cool, they'll have to wait and have to watch the live, right? So what the hell, I'm going to teach it. The first method that I'm going to teach you does require a lot of practice over the years. So I know you say you're a beginner, so I'm going to teach the first method, and then I'm going to teach an easier way to do it, something that you can get your feet wet right away. But the first method is you have the card. Let's see, the easiest method is placing it on the top of the deck, with the top one having a sticky surface. Then you lose the card in the deck, and now they can find it. That is a method, but can't be signed. And then you're also stuck with two cards that are stuck together in the middle of the deck. So you have to have a duplicate. So yeah, I mean that is a good way. It is a good method, for sure. And that method can be done by placing a piece of sticky double-sided tape here. You can do. Be sure not to grab that tape, but you do a slip shuffle like this. Have them pick a card. All right. They take a look at their card. They put it back, which of course now this is still the top card. They put it back. It gets stuck here, and now the card is missing. Right. Um, that is a good method, but if you have a duplicate, doesn't matter if it's signed, still gonna kill layman. So I'm gonna give you two different methods. So let's do. All right, I'm gonna shy away from the harder method. I'm gonna go straight into the easier one, which is sleight of hand, but not hard sleight of hand. So let's go ahead and do this. Have someone choose a card. They can sign the card now. Let's say they sign the card, and you're gonna have them put that card back somewhere towards the middle. Then we are going to dribble some cards over the top of that card. And this is my preferred method, right? For this specific one. And at this point, there's lots of different things you can do, but let's say I do a double undercut. And then I also just shuffle the cards up like this. Okay, so at the same time, I'm talking to them. Remember, they've signed this card at this point. They have completely signed this card. And not only have they signed the card, but I'm going to give them an opportunity to take that card and to what's the saying here? Take that card and um, place it in my hand, or you can create whatever type of pattern you want, but that card is completely gone, right? Completely gone out of the deck. If I were to take the deck and spread through, the card is missing. And then you say, hold on a second. I actually have a card here in my back pocket, and it's the card the spectator signed. Did you catch that one? I'll teach you that right now. Give me a thumbs up if that one fooled you. And that is actually the easier method, one of the first methods I learned for card to pocket. So let me go over how that works then. So it's pretty simple. Didn't catch it. Great. If it fooled you, and you'll see how easy it is, you're like, oh shit, I can do that one too. And you're going to start performing it right away. Card to pocket kills spectators every single time. I haven't done a card to pocket where it didn't kill the spectator. they love it. Didn't catch it. Okay, great. Next gen spine usually catch all my stuff. That's awesome. So freely chosen card. Spread the cards out however you like. Dribble them. Completely up to you, because this part of the method doesn't. This isn't anything in the method. So Jack of Hearts. Um, I'm going to go ahead and show you exactly what I did. So you dribble the cards down, say we're going to lose it somewhere in the middle of the deck, doesn't matter where. You can have them say stop or don't, really doesn't matter. Take that card, place it on top. You're going to dribble these cards on top, just like this. We're going to catch a break, right? So to show you what's going on here, that card's on top, right? Pushed it in here. I'm going to catch that break. We're going to lift up on that card, get that break. Now, at this point, you can do whatever you'd like. Uh, Working simultaneously, I'm also looking away occasionally. Yeah, okay. Sure, buddy. No, but seriously, now we have a break on that card, leaving that card on top. Cut the cards to the table, which is something that fools laymen all the time, where you just cut the cards to the table. But I think in the performance, I did a double undercut. So we're going to be cutting underneath the break, cutting at the break. And then this angle is terrible for that because I need to be like standing up. The cards are lower. But anyway, you're going to get that card to the top. Now, most people think from that point is where we're doing the move, right? No, we're literally going to peel one card, putting that card to the bottom, then throwing everything else on top. And if you want to, do one more while you, uh, uh, why am I forgetting the name of these things? While you slide that card here, right? I'm going to slide that card up. I'm going to do one more, just like this, just so everything looks nice and caught up. At this point, this is the point where they think everything's over, the cards mixed up, they sign the card. You're not going to, very important, don't tell them what you're going to do. Just do it. So this is what's called the gambler's cop. How do we get into the gambler's cop? You're going to have the hand out here, right? And one of the ways that I like to do it is just to slightly push the deck up in the hand like this until we get one card. You want to be careful of this because a lot of times you'll catch two cards, which if you're going to be putting in your pocket anyway, it really doesn't matter. But then you'll have an extra card in your pocket. So it's up to you. But try to, here, I'm going to try to show with my hand open. Okay, we're going to push up the deck slightly. So now we're in this position, right? So in this front position, you can't see anything, right? It is completely hidden. So what I'm doing here, when I go to grab the deck and place it on the table, right, because we're placing everything up, and I'm pushing down with my thumb, meaning I am getting a good flat grip here of the card. And as I go down, so you want to have the cards a little bit further back in your hand, almost like this, right? And then I'm squeezing here. When I squeeze, it gets a little bit of a bow. Then I push everything forward like that. We're getting this card here to the side, pushing forward, getting all the cards up forward in the hand. Now I'm talking, I'm distracting, then I just take these cards, and what I'm doing here is I'm grabbing down like this, right? And don't worry if there's a little flash right here, we're going to end up covering that up because in motion it's going to be like this, right? So you're not going to see anything, right? It's like this. And you want it to be kind of a good way to think about it is when you have this entire deck in your hand, you want it to be past your thumb, and you want to be like aligned with your middle finger and your thumb, so you have that bit of cover. You're gonna have the deck almost like all the way past here. You're gonna slide it up like, oh, it's a little bit too far back, so I'm gonna slide it up, and then I'm gonna, once I have it in that cup, I've pressed here down with my thumb, right? I'm gonna just take the card and move it down here in my hand. Now, what I'm gonna actually do it in real time so you can see how it's going to look, and I'll stand up because most of the time you're gonna be standing up for this. So you have the cards here in your hand, you move them forward, right, and then you go to drop down like this. And even as I'm standing right here, you cannot see that card in my hand. It is in my hand, but you can't see it, especially from this angle coming from the front here. So now you have the card in your hand. Just chill, just be relaxed. Pressing up here, it's going to give that roundness to the card. It's going to look normal in your hand. You say, hold on a second, that card is in my back pocket. And then you come and you pull that card out. Bada bing, bada boom, there it is. And I have another card in there for some reason. I don't even know how that got there. I'm doing magic for myself this time. Don't worry about, look, see this here? Don't worry about the cards getting bent. They're going to get bent every time you're practicing palming. You see that? To fix that, it's pretty simple. You're going to cut that card not to the middle. You're going to cut a quarter of the deck off, throw everything else on top. and you're going to do a Pharaoh shuffle. So if you haven't learned how to do a Pharaoh shuffle, definitely learn how to do it because it's very beneficial to keeping your cards in good condition. But you're going to do a Pharaoh shuffle, right? Grab it from here in the middle, and you do an extreme Pharaoh shuffle. You're bending the shit out of these cards, right? So now they're all bent in one direction, and it kind of catches them. You know, dribble them a little bit. I like to dribble them from one side, turn the deck around, dribble them again, dribble them from the front. It should be a lot easier. And then you're going to dribble then you're going to, what is it? You're going to Pharaoh shuffle these cards face up this time, face up like this. One more time. And now all your cards, do one more dribble here, one more here. And all your cards are nice and flat now, just like that. So don't worry about it. Practice with a deck that you're not going to use all the time. Thank you for all you do, and all your videos are very good and appreciated. Thank you, David Smith. I really appreciate that. If I've been saying this a couple of times throughout the live, but if you'd like to join me literally on video feed on live, there's a link in the description where you can click that link and join this video right now. And we can talk about magic. I can teach you one-on-one for free, mind you. We can have a discussion, whatever you'd like to do. That's what I'm here for today. So if anybody wants to learn anything specific, I should be able to help you out. Just let me know in the chat here. Whatever you guys want to do, we can learn how to do that. I think that link only works for mobile. Yes, it does. Unfortunately, it does only work for mobile. You have to be in vertical to join the live. But if you have a phone you can use, please join me, man. I'd love that. Don, what's your opinion on the Orphic wallet? I can't give you an opinion honestly because I don't own that one. I'm not 100% sure if I'm even familiar with it. Are you a big fan of his packet tricks? Okay, to be completely honest, actually, I think I have a tutorial to one packet trick that was inspired by Di Vernon. But in general, I'm not a big packet trick guy. Although I could say I think my favorite packet trick is, oh man, B-Wave. B-Wave is probably, I think, to me personally, the best packet trick if you're going to do a packet trick. Um, I just bought B-Wave, haven't tried it yet. Okay, so you're gonna get some really, really good reactions from B-Wave. B-Wave is awesome. Pro tip: if you can have completely regular cards, don't worry about the opposite color, right? But if you can't have regular cards in your pocket or something you can swap out, just so at the end, as you're performing, say whatever, and I'm gonna put these cards here to the side just like not even thinking about it in case the spectator wants to look at them, which really doesn't matter when it comes to the regular cards. But it's just like a psychological thing at the end. Wait a minute, they're all red now. What's going on? Or they're all, whatever. You guys get the case. I don't want to give too much away on B-Wave, but yeah. So I do have a wallet because I do like Card Wallet. The version of Card Wallet I have is the matter of fact, I have a brand new one here. Yeah, okay. Let's see if I can get it out without dropping the cards. So I have an old one that I use as my everyday wallet. It is very beat up. Hold on, let's cover that. But yeah, it's very beat up and it's super old. As you can see here, I've beaten the shit out of this one. I have a brand new one here. I just haven't used it. But this is the version of Card2 wallet that I use. Is the FPS wallet by Brent Braun, which Brent Braun is an absolute genius when it comes to magic. But I have a brand new one here that I haven't even opened up or used or anything, just because I'm still using the old one. It's really beat up. It lasted me a long time. Um, I've heard good things about that wallet. Yes, I love it. It's like there's a lot of wallets that are good at multiple things, which might be beneficial for you. Um, and then there's this that is just really good at card to pocket, which is, like I said, you get great reactions from card to pocket. Um, which there is, I have quite a few gimmick stuff here. Oh, you know what? Let's do this. Let's bring this out. I'm going to show you something pretty funny. It's sort of like a um, and yes, I love Brent Brown's effects. Yes, he is awesome. There's a lot of stuff that I haven't tried of his, but I'm a fan of Brent Brown in general. So let's try something real quick. Something that you guys can do, which is just like a funny little gag type of effect, but it is still a magic effect. So let's say uh, I made my own position of possible in three. That's awesome. That's something I haven't tried. Like I'm 1,000% sure I know how it works, but I haven't bought it after I bought this. Yes. So just to make this effect more magical, can one of you name a playing card? What magicians really have had an impact on your magic? I personally love the late Aldo Camboni. I'm not familiar with his work, with Aldo's work. I'm gonna have to check him out. Me personally, number one, without a doubt, is gonna be David Blaine. David Blaine is he's my goat, for sure. But there's so many others. Like back here, have plenty of people. Roberto Giobbi, Juan Tamariz, Ossie Wynn, um, Brian Brushwood. Funny enough, Two of Hearts. Okay, so okay, it's a toss up between both of you guys. So I'll do an effect for both of you. All right, no more cards. First I'll do the King of Spades. Okay, we'll do the King of Spades, and let's see here, King of Spades. So the King of Spades could be anywhere in the middle of the deck. It doesn't matter where it's at. It can be anywhere here in the middle of the deck. Um, let's say, where is it at? Okay, King of Spades right here. Right, take it, push it in the middle. Now, with the king being in the middle of the deck, and I just showed you where it's at, I'm going to show you something pretty amazing, right? And I've got the two of hearts trick here for you in a minute, but let me show you what I was going to show you here first. Take the deck, place it into the place it into the middle here. Close this up like this, and I'm going to make your card appear outside of the box. And just so you can see, look, it's not. There's no card. This is just the box. There's no card on the outside. Get yourself a one of these puppies here. All right. Yes, look at that. Fancy dinner. I am going to make that card appear, right? It's going to be actually pretty amazing. So I'm going to try my best to make this card appear. And if I'm able to make it appear underneath, by the way, nothing's happening yet. just so you know, okay? Ready? 1, 2, and 3. just so I told you it was a little bit of a gag, but you just kind of flick them off and say, I'm going to make your card appear. But in all seriousness, I actually can make that card appear right here. So that's just a little funny gag, something I like to do with a handkerchief. Yeah. So I don't know if you guys caught what's going on there, or what happened, but it's pretty simple. And don't worry, I didn't forget about you when it comes to the other one. Matter of fact, before I go into an explanation of this, you said two of hearts, and I'm gonna make the two of hearts appear right now. You ready? Uh, this is the card that we used earlier, but I'm gonna show you. Look, two of hearts. You ready? Are you ready? Okay. Yeah. Do you see it? You see the two of hearts? I'm sorry. That's an old joke. No, but seriously, the two of hearts is literally right here on my finger. So yeah, I wasn't joking. I said I was gonna make the two of hearts appear. I don't know if you guys can see it there. Yeah, but let's see here. Keep dropping cards today. Card, that's the day. Laugh out loud. I thought of something like this. I saw a little black box on AliExpress with a middle finger on a spring and thought of doing it card to box. That would be a really good idea. That'd be really funny. Um, that's what I do for the gags. Yeah. Hey, you got to throw in a little funny gag here and there. People like the comedy stuff. I like more of like the mystery seriousness, but in general, let's be honest, people love to laugh. Um, so how does this work? You have someone name a card, or they pick a card, you control it. Either way, you have that card controlled to the top. What I did in the performance was like, let's say if we're using the Queen of Spades, not the King of Spades this time, I did what's called a call. And what the call is essentially is I'm spreading through the deck. I see the card I want. I am now pushing that card over while simultaneously grabbing with my thumb the card above it, like this. So I'm pushing this over, and then I'm pulling everything to the side. So now I'm pulling this back here, and then I'm continuing to spread while I'm spreading everything underneath that card that I just called. And from the top, you can't see what's going on here. All the magic we came up with, and the biggest reactions came from things like the baby hand. Yeah, snatches the coin. Yeah, that is a good one too. People really like that one. So once you control that card to the top, you can then do whatever kind of false shuffles, false cuts, whatever you like. It doesn't really matter. Oop, just flip the card over by accident. Um, then you get the entire deck. You put it in the box, and with some decks, you can actually squeeze here, and that card will pop up. Now, if your deck is a little bit older, like this one is kind of beat up, they don't want to spring up as much, just like with a single card, which you can still do. Like see, I'm doing here. Boom, separate that card, you spring it up. But if you can't quite get it, one of the things you can do is just take your finger towards the middle and put it in there. So now we have that card right here, and we can just pull that single card up here while the box is still closed. So I'm pretty sure you can figure it out by now. We get our handkerchief, we put it over the box. We tell them we're going to do something pretty amazing. Um, and you know, at this point, what I do as soon as I put the box underneath, let's pretend it's underneath here so you can see what's going on. I then just push up forward a little bit with the card and get the card like this. So underneath, we're like this. And then so it actually looks like it's the top of the box, but it's not. It's actually the top of the card. So at that point, I'm just going to grab that and the box at the same time, just like this. And then when I'm just underneath, I'm going like this while grabbing the box. So I'm pulling this entire thing up and I'm flicking them off. Fuck you. And then no, seriously though, what was your card or whatever? And then boom, flip it over and I am pinching their card. And that's a funny little gag that I think is pretty cool to do from time to time. So now that we got a couple more people that are watching than earlier, if anybody wants to join the live, they can click the link in the description section. And you can actually request to join this live, and we can have a one-on-one teaching session. We can have a conversation. We can have whatever you'd like. Let's see here. Okay. I have a little bit more time that I can spend on here. I do have to leave here in a little bit, but I got some more time to spare. If anybody still wants to join the live, you're more than welcome. If you guys have any requests to learn anything specifically, just let me know and we can go over it. There are some things that I cannot teach, but a lot of basic card handling stuff we can teach here. I was thinking of using a napkin to do a card uh, box to box would pretend I would pull their chosen card from the deck without touching it and drag it across an invisible deck so they can look at box one, can't find their card. Okay. No, I mean, the invisible deck is so amazing. It can be used for so many things. Um, Also, the invisible deck is a perfect failsafe for any card trick that's gone wrong. What? That's not your card? Oh shit! I actually messed up. The invisible deck. Pull out the invisible deck. Wait a minute. What was the card you're thinking of? Look, it happens to be the only card that is facing me the wrong way. So that's an awesome one. Do you mostly do card magic or do you love coin magic? Also, I do love coin magic. Not that great at coin magic. Maybe I just haven't practiced enough. But there's something about playing cards that I really, really love. I've even made like a small documentary on the history of playing cards, how much I love them. Um, there's something special about it, like really, really, really special about playing cards for me. And I do like coin magic. The interesting thing about coin magic um, is I think we're moving towards an age and time where coins are becoming less relevant. People don't tend to have coins in their pockets as much. If you go and ask somebody out on the street, do you have a quarter that I can borrow and use? I want to show you something. Most people are going to say no. That's just the way it is. So I have steered a little bit further away from that, and I keep with coin magic, and I try to or card magic, and I try to perform things that are natural. Of course, it's not very natural to have a deck of cards on you all the time, but I mean, I do. Sorry, people know I'm a magician. I keep a deck of cards on me. Um, but I do like coin magic. I actually have. I think I taught one coin effect when I hit 1,000 subs, which is something I came up with that is I think it's pretty brilliant, and I use it all the time. Fools everybody. And then it's very versatile. There's lots of things you can come up with it. So if you want, check out that tutorial. It's on my page. I do too. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Carrying the cards on me all the time. Yeah. But I mean, the good thing is if anybody ever wants to play a game of cards, you got cards here to play. So same with sponge balls. Bro, are you telling me you keep sponge balls on you 24/7? I mean, they don't take up a lot of space though, am I right? They take up a lot less space than a deck of cards, that's for sure. I use the most basic coin vanish. Yeah, me too. To quickly explain sleight of hand to the spectator that doesn't know what it is. Okay. During a card trick. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I do a lot of simple coin stuff too. I just don't do them very often. I should say. Now the gimmick that I created that I actually have a free tutorial on, which is something that a lot of people said, dude, why are you giving that away for free? You can make some money off that. I don't know. I said I would give it away because I thought there was some value to it once I hit 1,000 subs. But if you want to learn something that is not sleight of hand heavy, but is gimmicked, check out the tutorial that I put up for. I think it shouldn't be hard to find. It's the only coin magic tutorial on my page, I believe. I know I don't know if I have any coins here with me. I don't think I do. Let me see if I have a coin because I have something I can teach you that I do for kids and stuff all the time. Carrying 20 sponge balls in one pocket is enough to shock a layman. Yes, seriously. I mean, that's enough to shock me if you come and pull out 20 20 sponge balls out of nowhere. Um, have to go now, but I will surely keep watching your channel. Thanks again. Yeah, yeah, brother. Great seeing you. Great to have you here, and I hope to see you again. If you see me on live, or you can follow me on Instagram, Facebook, whatever you like, and keep in touch for sure. I'm gonna try to teach a coin trick. I don't do coin tricks very often, but damn it, I'm gonna show you one that I thought was pretty good, and I tend to do a lot for people, and it tends to fool people. So let's see if I can do that. I think I have a coin here somewhere, or I had one. Oh man, I had a coin up here on my card case, and I don't know what happened to it. Let's see if I can find one. I am on a mission now to find a quarter. Okay, I see one. It's all the way at the bottom here. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to grab it. Oh, come on. All right, sorry for my disappearance here, but I am trying to get this coin. Oh, hold on. Yes, got it. All right. Okay. Luckily, I found one. So I'm going to show you one of my go-to coin effects, right? So you make a little cup here with your hand, and you grab a coin, preferably a quarter, something like that, and you stick that coin inside the hand like this, right? And once you do that, you can show that the coin is vanished. Bring the cup back, take your hand, and pull it directly out of your hand. And that's something that I do all the time. And like I said, I'm not like the greatest coin guy. Let me see if I can do. Yeah, see, I'm so used to doing it with a $50. I kind of suck at doing this with anything else. That's something that I use all the time. Um, Another thing that I like to do all the time is when you grab a coin here, you make it disappear, and then they're like, "Oh, it's in that hand," but it's not. That's something I do all the time too. Have you ever used a thumb to vanish? Yes, I have. I have. I use thumb tips for certain things. Um, let's just say I use thumb tips for certain things. Um, Matter of fact, I have a thumb tip here. I literally have like one of everything here, just about. Pretty sure I have a thumb tip here. I know I do. Yes, I do. I do have a thumb tip. Look at that. I have a thumb tip, and you're just talking about using them to vanish. Um, Dude, the dye from that is crazy. The dye from that handkerchief here has literally like leaked onto here and made it red. That's crazy. That's a little bit more visual. Oh, that looks horrible. All right, well you get the idea. I don't use thumb tips very often. I can't believe that color is soaked in there like that. That's wild. Wonder if I'll be able to bring this back. But anyway, so yeah. Yeah, that's really red, right? Like that is crazy. Of course, you're supposed to hold your hands out like this. I think I can still probably get away with it if I try to, right? I think the problem with the thumb tip is that people try to hide it too much, right? Like for example, if I'm doing this, I can definitely uh got to slap your hand a lot to use that. What are you talking about? I can look. It's not going anywhere. But one of the things I like to do is just as you're using your silk. Oh God, you can tell I don't use this thing much. As you're using your hand here, you're covering with the thumb, right? And I like to then wrap my finger around here, bring this back up, show this thumb tip here, push it in your and push it into the hand here, right? And then once I have everything in place, right? Once I actually like pull it out here, oh God, it's so red. Push everything in, and poof, voila, it's gone. And oh God, that looks so horrible. It's so red. I mean to match the red. Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to slap my thumb here, but yeah, look. Oh look, it's gone. Yeah, that is horrible. Wow, it's so red. That is okay. So yeah, right here, grab it out. Poof. Oh, that was not great. Let me try that again. Stuff it back in here. Yeah, just like this, and and then push it in here, boom, like this. Ooh, it's gone. Ooh, look at that, gone. And I guess from a far, dude, that is so red. That looks horrible. All right, so I've got everything here. Cover the hand here in a natural pose, like this. You know what? There it is. There it is. Oh, I'm gonna have to pull it out. It's crunched up in there. And then look, yeah, yeah. You can tell I don't do a lot, a lot of thumbtack magic, right? Or try rubbing alcohol. Yeah, I might have to do that. That is that is something else. I know. I don't know. I probably shouldn't have brought the thumbtack out. The magic community is going to be very upset with me. Um, yeah, rubbing alcohol might just do the trick. At least they only cost $3. That's true. Um, there's some really, really good high quality ones out there that are a little bit more expensive. Um, but I digress when it comes to that. You know what? I'll show you guys something I've been working on. And I think I don't have exactly what I need here for what this is. Because this is something I've been working on, but it's really, really cool. I'm not going to expose how it works, okay? But I'm going to show you something I've been working on that I think is pretty cool. Trade secrets coming out. Yeah, seriously. Okay. Sketch pad. All right. So, like I said, I'm definitely not going to talk about how this works, but it's something that's pretty cool, I think. Where? Oh, I think I have a pencil up here somewhere. Here it is. Okay. I already have an email ready to send to Penguin. Damn it! Are you gonna tell them that I've been exposing magic on YouTube? I'm gonna be in trouble, seriously. Uh, all right, so let's see if I can stick this in here. Okay. Why does that keep popping out? Ooh, that thing is ugly. Maybe I need a new one. Oh, all right, so okay, cool. So I don't know if you can see that needle in there, but this is really, really cool. So it's a voodoo effect, right? Um, so let's say if I were to write something such as my initials, that is so spooky. Did you guys see how that thing just moves around? It's absolutely nuts. Um, but the thing is, you can actually control it. So, for example, or to write something else, it's still going. Look at that. Okay, now if I want to, I can control it. Let's see. See, now it's not moving at least as much as it was before. And look at this. It just follows. If I go up, oh, it fell out. This is just a really, really cool effect. You speaking of Penguin Magic, you can find this effect over at Penguin Magic. It's definitely worth the money. Let's say if I was to draw something, let's say up, or to side. We'll go to the side. Just so cool. And I think a lot of people don't know about the secret, right? Because this is a really, really cool one. Um, yeah, something I have been playing around with. A great trick for Halloween. You figured it out. Okay. Well, if you have, that's awesome. Keep it to yourself. Don't tell anybody about this one because it's a really cool one. Something I've been playing around with, especially for but not for me. Okay. That's completely fine. Yeah, definitely there's not, not every effect is for everyone. That's sort of how I feel about sponge balls. You know what I mean? That effect is for everyone. Everybody has their own preference and things that they like. But yeah, I mean, if you can build a routine out of this, though, it is pretty cool. Put this away. This is definitely something I'm planning to build a whole routine out of because I think it's pretty awesome. For those of you who don't know how it works, uh, you can find that effect over at penguinmagic.com. Uh, it's worth the money. It's a quick download. You will have to buy your own supplies in order to get this to work. Um, but it's so cool. I love it. Let's see here. I've got my cards. All right. Let's see here. Let's see if you know what. Let's go ahead and do this here. I want to see if I can fool you with this one. Matter of fact, I should probably use that same. Let's use that same piece of paper. Let's use the same piece of paper that I had over here. Cool. I'm gonna write a prediction on here. Let's see if you know how this works. One of my favorite things to do here. What's my favorite tournament restorer? Daniel Garcia, hands down. It's a sleight of hand heavy. Um, but I honestly think there's nothing better. There's nothing better than Daniel Garcia's tournament storm out there in the market. Uh, that's the number one. It's an old video. There's a Torn 2, which I don't think I have, but I remember the original. It's the best. Anytime, anywhere, tournament restored, the best. So I'm gonna make this prediction here. Have you seen Blake's where he eats the corner? Mm, Blake who? I'm not familiar. I am going to make a prediction here. Okay, I've got my prediction here. I'm gonna fold it up and keep it right here behind me so you can see there's no switches or anything like that, okay? Okay, we can't see what I wrote. All right, so this is really, really cool. Like, no, I don't know who that is, to be honest. I have to look him up after this here, but this is so cool. You can have someone uh, literally say stop anywhere they like. But I'm not even, you could be here, but you're not. So first of all, let me show you all the cards are different. It's not like I have all the same card or anything like that. The cards can, in fact, can be shuffled. Oh, why am I losing cards on the floor so much today? All right, I promise that wasn't part of the gag here, but you can have the cards shuffled up. Um, give the cards cuts if you'd like, whatever, it doesn't matter. But you have someone stop somewhere. Let's say they stop right here. Or you know what? What I usually do is I have someone cut anywhere they want. All right. Let me start over again because I want to show you that that is not a switch. Okay, cool. What I do is have someone to cut the cards anywhere they want. Doesn't matter whatsoever. But since you're not here, I'll just have somewhere. We'll cut the cards. What in the hell? What in the actual hell is happening? Um, I don't want you to think there's anything going on here. Cut the cards somewhere. Let's say you cut the cards right there. Flip the entire deck over. Immediately spread the cards out like this. Show you that I made a prediction that said the two of hearts, and I can show you when I flip the cards over, and you know what? Usually I'll do something like flip the cards over and say we'll come back to this later. I do my presentation, we come back, and then I show them for the prediction, the two of hearts, and I show them exactly if you know spread the deck over, you see exactly where they cut to, happens to be the two of hearts. Super easy. One of the easiest things you can do, and it absolutely kills. Um, so if you don't know that, I believe I taught that on the channel before. It's a great one. Also, ambitious card. Anybody do ambitious card? There's a lot of great routines with ambitious card. Like, I think what a lot of people do with ambitious card, they forget the options that are available. So, for example, if I was to do that, the queen of, and just to show you, because a lot of people think that I'm doing a double, but I'm not. Okay, uh, I'm currently learning Daryl's perfect. Let's see if you can figure this one out. Okay, look, and I'm just going to do one layer of this. Okay, so that's one card. One card. Ambitious card is my go-to. Okay, then let's see if you can figure this out. I'm sure that you can, because most people they're automatically thinking that we're doing a double, right? At least other magicians. So we'll do one card here, and we'll do the double, right? Supposedly, we'll take that card and lose it into the middle, and immediately that card is right back at the top. And no, there isn't multiple Queen of Diamonds. So that's something that I like to do as a middle layer to an ambitious card. So if you know, you know, and if you know, write in the comments in the chat here that you know. Let me know that you know how that works and what I did. And I think Next Gen Spawn probably knows. I think we've had this conversation before. What I've done there, particular in particular, right? So I mean, most people that do ambitious card, they're going to start with a double, right? King of Diamonds. They'll do that double. They'll put that card in the middle. But what they can't do, right? What they can't do is start with, like I say if I started with a double, for example, if I start with a double and I flip it over, I have to keep the card here because obviously it's a double, right? But what I did earlier is I showed you one card here. That's obviously one card, and I flipped it back over, put it in the middle, and it's still there, right? I've been practicing doubles for a week now. I'm learning so many new little details to help me. The more I practice, for instance, the bevel, the deck for the push off strike, double lift is now 90% of right form. Um, you know what? Here's my thinking on a double lift. If you're going to learn a double lift and you're starting with the strike, just do a push off, uh, old school push off lift. Because the strike, it looks funny, right? So the strike is more like this, and then they flip it over. Where if you're actually doing a push off, all right, you can actually just push the card off. So simple. Just push it off, flip it over, show the card. There's many little ways to do it because it's not like you have to, you don't have to do this. This thing is like a giveaway, right? Still bevel the deck. You still want to bevel the deck with your finger here. Press down, get your double, which doesn't even look like a double, right? So this is great to just like show the card, whatever. But a lot of people also do this here. Here's a little tip. Once you go to grab the card, push it forward like this. You can pop it up. And you pop it up like this, you can show an audience who are far away. This is the card we're working with. Okay. Boom. Put the card in the middle, and it's still that double. But the push off by itself sometimes drags three cards. That's something that you have to practice. It's a feel thing. It's going to be like that at the beginning. Um, and if it is like that, don't worry about it. So one of the things that I learned was when you're doing the push off. So let's see if I can get a close up of this. When you're doing the push off here, right? And I'm pushing off two. Sometimes it'll push off three like that. That's okay because then it still looks like, oh, I'm just grabbing one card, right? It looks like literally I'm just grabbing that one card and that's it. And don't be too concerned if it pushes off three like this, because then it looks like, oh, you're just correcting for pushing off three cards, and eventually you'll be able to get the touch with it so good that you'll be able to push off just one card instead of, see, sometimes you'll have them split like this, but eventually, without even thinking about it, you'll be able to just push off those two cards. And it's a practice thing. It's a feel thing. You have to get the correct pressure, the correct finger placement. See? And it's okay. Look, see how it sticks out like that? That's even more of a visual cue that this is one card. And also, when you do the double like that, you can be so free with it. Look, I'm mixing around the cards here, right? I'm not intent. I mean, nobody's gonna actually be like this, but I can be pretty free with it. So it doesn't look like there's two cards there because of how free I'm being with the cards. That's another little tip that I learned. So it's just gonna take a little bit of practice, right? So you're gonna have those two cards here, and it's a lot easier when I'm not trying to show the camera like this. But if I'm literally here at this point and I'm just flipping the cards over, don't look at them. Big giveaway. Try not to look at what you're doing. So if I'm going to do a double, I'm literally staring here at the camera. I'm showing you the double that I'm going to do, right? I'm not looking down at the cards. So there's almost in a sense of like when you're doing a double push off, you're almost doing a get ready because nobody's really paying attention to what you're doing here. And if they are, it doesn't matter because I'm just pushing off cards, right? So look, that right there is three cards. All right, 1, 2, 3. And you'll get the pressure. Lots of pressure from the thumb of the center of the deck lets the strike pop the top card bend upwards. Um, yeah, it can. I mean, at the end of the day, you got to do what works best for you. But when it comes to what looks best, the push off looks the best out of every. Because I mean, like even like David Blaine's double lift, it starts off as a push off, and then he does this little twirl thing that he does, which I think kind of looks funny, but it's what he's used to doing. So it's whatever you get so good at that looks normal to you, or looks normal, it feels normal for you, and looks good because you do it so much. Show me a strike without a push off. Show you a strike without a push off. That's very easy to do. All I need to do is a one of these here. Yeah, I didn't know anyone can. Yeah, I don't know how anyone can like Blaine's. The Here's the thing: the audience doesn't know. They don't know. They don't know what a double is. So I mean, it's a little funny, wonky looking, but I guess the bending of the card too, and he's really good at it, and he has so many effects that he utilizes the double. Uh, I got to start heading home. Great live and awesome tutorials. Thanks, brother. You have a good one. Hit me out later. Um, that's how mine looks, but I strike the middle. Yeah, you can strike the middle just by beveling the deck like you're saying here. But I think this action with the finger just looks weird. And it's one of those things that like you don't have to you take the criticism and in stride, whatever works best for you, whatever looks good to the audience. Just if you're going to do uh anything that you do normally, like every time I push over one single card, I try to do it exactly the same way as where I'm doing my double, right? So if I'm doing my double, it's going to be like this, and if I'm doing my single, it's going to be like this too, also. So just as long as you match those two, then that's kind of like your style. Then go for it. If it works for you, it works for you. Um, I think something else also is that you could probably utilize is one of these, which is not a push off, right? This is not a push off, and it's not a strike. So if you don't know what that one is, it's a pinky count double. So what I'm doing here is I'm doing the pinky count. So up close and personal, it's you starting here. You go 1, 2, just like that. I don't know if you can see that. It's kind of hard to see. Let me see if I can get it in a way that you can see it. I have to be in the right position so it's not super blurry, but 1, hold on, 1. It's so hard to do this on camera. 1, Let me see. One. It's supposed to be very subtle, but I can't seem to get it on camera. Hold on. Let me see if I stand to the side here. But pinky count 1, 2, and you'll be able to feel it too, right? You'll feel that when you get that pinky count here to double, and then you can kind of put your pinky up here forward and still grab it from the middle to do your double. So that's another one that can be used. The pinky count is I've tried for the longest to do the pinky count, but I don't have the dexterity. It's not really about the dexterity. You have to build up a certain muscle on your pinky, and it's the same thing for certain palms also. You just have to build up the muscle memory. Trust me, there are certain things like, okay, for example, my double lift, right? Because I sucked at it at first, and I used to do the strike. I used to do a get ready. Um, So sometimes I would be like this, push off and get my little get ready, which can work, right? And then you do your little get ready to hold the cards up, right? Can still work. Strike can still work if you do it well. There's nothing wrong with the strike at all. Nothing wrong with the pinky count. But I found that what looked the most natural is just pushing these two cards over and turning them over. Out of everything, this just looks really natural, and that's what you want to look for. But besides the pinky count, like I said, takes a little bit of muscle memory and stuff like that. There's something else that takes like a lot of muscle memory, but I do it all the time and nobody ever catches it. And it's one of these it's called a top palm. That took me a little while. The pushover took me over 2 years to get it to where I was comfortable with it. So when you get frustrated, remember, um, it's okay. Step away from it, come back and practice it again another day. And you'll be surprised. Sometimes you'll practice something and you will go to sleep. You'll do it like one time correctly, not get it again that day, go to sleep, wake up, and you're like, oh shit, I can do it now multiple times. What's happening? Just stick with it. It, there's there's stuff that I still am trying to conquer and still trying to learn, and it's just going to take practice. It's going to take time, and I work like a long time, so I work uh, like 60 hours a week sometimes. So if I can do it and still, have time for everything else and work, you can do it too, depending on how much time you could dedicate to it. Once you get tired of practicing, stop, walk away. I guarantee you it's okay. Walk away, come back to it. And that's one of the best advice I can give you. Let's see here. Go ahead and put these away. And I'm going to stop by here. Look, so I've been using that black deck this entire time, right? And this has been sitting over here on the side. I haven't used this. Name any card you like, and without touching it, without manipulating it, name any card that you want right now. And I won't touch the deck until you name it. And I think I'll end the stream with this one. Seven of Diamonds. Okay. Seven of Diamonds. Interesting that you chose that card. Okay. Watch this. Now you can change your mind. Usually, this is what I offer people to change their mind. But if you don't want to change your mind, that's probably even better. I am going to watch very carefully. I'm going to pull the deck of cards out here, and without shuffling, without doing anything, I'm just going to go through the cards like this, right? You see how you can almost see all the cards? Do you see that? Okay. I'm going to do that to myself just one time. Not cutting them, not doing anything. I'm going to try to visualize where that card is. Hmm. Hmm. Seven of Diamonds. I'm going to try to visualize that location. I can see it here, and it feels like it's pretty close. I think I think the seven of diamonds, if I remember correctly, it should be around. Oh, it's somewhere near the top. I'm gonna guess it. I'm gonna guess your card is the third card from the top without making anything. I'm gonna guess it's third card from the top. I should have asked you to shuffle. I can shuffle if you like. We can shuffle. There's no problem with that. You want me to shuffle? I will shuffle. I have no problem. Completely. I can shuffle. I can cut the deck over again, and whatever you want to do. We can cut the deck. We can not cut the deck. But I usually do shuffle the deck before doing this. Sometimes people get a little bit more impressed if I don't shuffle the cards. Um, okay, yes. So do you want the deck cut then? Like do you want me to cut the deck also? Do you want me to cut? Yeah, yes. Give me a thumbs up or not. And there's a little bit of lag in here, but we can also cut the deck too. I'm gonna assume that yes was for cutting the deck, right? Yes, no, yes, one cut. Okay, we can do one cut. You ready? Let me see if the card's still speaking to me. Now I might have to change my mind because we shuffled the deck on the location. Um, but if we don't uh, cut the deck, one cut, just like you said, one cut. If we don't, uh, what was it, three? What did I say last time? Three, right? I'm gonna stick with three, and it should be there. Let's stick with three, okay? And I'm not even gonna hold the deck, so you can see I'm not manipulating anything. So that's one, two, three. The seven of diamonds. If that fooled you, give me a thumbs up. If it didn't fool you, you know what kind of trickiness I'm up to. You can give me a thumbs down. I am new, but not that one. What? Oh, I am new, but not that new. Okay. So that means that you 100% know what I did then, don't you? Is that right? I'm just wondering because it's something I've been practicing for a while now. Yeah, 100%. All right, let's see if you got this one here. We'll do one more here. Spread the cards here. I should have asked if you wanted me to. Well, I just shuffled anyway, so it doesn't matter. I'll have someone pick some cards straight up out the middle. Let's do like maybe four or five cards like this here. Okay. And hopefully I get this right. But I'm not sure. I'm going to put the rest of the cards in the box. We'll put the box over everything. Where did I put that paper? Here we are. All right, hold on a second. Hold on a second. I'm going to try to make a prediction here. I should say prediction. Wen has most wildest one. Yes, he does. Let's see here. How many cards that one, two, three, four? Okay, four cards. It's so I'll make four predictions. Let's see. Okay. So you can have shuffle the cards, have the spectator choose any card that they'd like, or multiple cards, not just one. You have them pick like 4 or 5 cards out. You write down your prediction, and now usually I don't write it down. I just kind of name what cards they pulled out without looking, turned around, whatever. But I think you pulled out the 8 of hearts, the two, what was it? No, 6 of spades, 5 of spades, and 9 of hearts. And it just so happens to be that you pulled out the 8 of hearts, 6 of spades, 5 of spades, and 9 of hearts. So I think you're on to me. Which I was hoping that that shuffle in there might have fooled you, um, but apparently not. All right, it looks like I have been on here for quite some time now. Um, so I think I am going to go ahead and get get on the move with uh, this stuff here, and just so you know, um, because a layman won't appreciate it. Um, you were told by other magicians not to learn mem because a layman won't appreciate it, bro. I kill with it. I kill with it all the time. What the fuck are they talking about? No, dude. If you get a chance to learn it, uh, I honestly can say that I don't care what they say. They just I don't know why you would discourage anybody from wanting to learn any type of mem work. I mean, I can literally recall any position, any card, any time. It forces you to learn false cuts and false shuffles. Like everything I just did right there was completely false. I'm still in there. Yeah, that's crazy that somebody would say that. Like wild. Laymen won't appreciate it. What does that mean though? That means like they won't appreciate what you're capable of doing. That doesn't make sense. Um, Also, you can go start doing memdet work, blow people's minds, have the spectator shuffle it, and then go right into your regular repertoire. So I don't see how it doesn't help. They basically say that laymen give the same reactions for just about anything else. So the amount of work, for anything else, so the amount of work has little. That's really wrong. Let me explain something, and I've done a lot of research into this. Only 5% of magicians in the world have memorized a stack. Only 5%. You want to be part of that 5%? There's so much material. I can show you books up on top of books of material here that you can use. There's so many good things. I mean, just jamming with you can jam with a mem deck and fool magicians just by jamming. And another thing is, if you can give the deck to somebody to just give an overhand shuffle and still kill with it. Especially if you add another thing that I love that I'm going to mention. But yeah, um, is it worth it? Absolutely. Did it take me a long time to memorize? Absolutely. It's definitely great for fooling magicians, but I don't think that's the main purpose of it. We want to fool laymen. We don't get paid to fool magicians. We don't, fooling magician is more like giving them a puzzle they can't solve. When fooling a layman is more of the entertainment and the storytelling and the moments that you leave with them. It's much more important. But there's so many possibilities. I think there's more possibilities in mem deck work that are untapped than in any other department because people don't want to put the work in. Just start the work little by little. Eventually, you'll get the whole thing down. And when you do, I wouldn't ever known about this if it weren't for the rabbit hole I went through in learning magic. Exactly. Um, and plus, just the notion that somebody could do that with an entire deck of cards, people don't believe that. So it's pretty foolproof in that sense because they're going to think to themselves, well, there's no possible way you could remember all of that. Um, the best any card at any number in the world requires it. So there's that. Um, there's just, I mean, come on, dude. There's so many great things. I mean, you could have any card chosen divination stuff under impossible conditions, have someone cut the cards to their chest, and you already know exactly what card they cut to. Um, so I mean, two of diamonds, right? So boom. Did you know the position right away, or were you stalling for just a reaction? I knew the position right away. Oh, you stall for reaction, and also I happened to see your comment where you said you wanted me to shuffle, so then I had to incorporate that. Um, I think that sometimes for magicians, it's weird. Some people want you to shuffle, but it's just as impossible if you don't shuffle, if you don't touch anything. So, because sometimes, uh, think about this: people who do sleight of hand work, if you don't touch the deck and you know they do sleight of hand work, uh, then it becomes more impossible for them to have known ahead of time. But if you touch the deck, then obviously they could have done something. So I tend to lean towards people who know I do sleight of hand. I don't touch the deck. If you're a complete layman, I'll shuffle the deck. I'll give it I'll give it a couple of shuffles here and there, and it, it looks simple, and just something like that. Look, it's already it looks like everything's been shuffled up pretty thoroughly. I cut the cards like this. You know what? Give it a couple more, just like that. Put everything back. Now I won't touch anything. We can go into a performance, and nothing at all whatsoever has been disturbed. I'm still right back where we started. Um, my brother doesn't know anything about magic. Will automatically say, "Well, you probably just memorized it." What? That is crazy. Um, to that, I would say, yeah, yeah, sure. Do you think you can memorize it? Because I've never heard anybody say that. That's funny. How do I feel about mark deck routines? It's funny you ask that. I love mark deck routines. This is, in fact, a mark deck. And I wasn't going to bring it up, but since you brought it up, mark decks are the most powerful tool that you can have in card magic. I don't care what anybody says. You can get really good deals out there. Buy a brick for like 60 bucks. You could tear those cards up. They're like $2 more than a regular deck. Why not do it? And how do I feel about mark deck routines? Well, I think I have every single mark deck book there is out there. Is that a penguin? It is actually P3. I have like fucking four bricks of this shit, so I use the crap out of them. That's just one of the ones I use. There's particle pack. There's I could literally show you down here. I have like bricks on top of bricks of these cards. Um, so yeah, and I'm actually I am very well versed in the world of marked decks. Also, if you have marked and stacked, completely killer. You'll fool a lot of people with marked and stacked. You just bought one, great. Yeah, I think they actually come with some free material. The stuff they teach on there is pretty strong, pretty valuable. So definitely start going into it. Um, it's just a lot of stuff you can do with it. Just you can say, hey, I'm gonna deal some cards down, whatever. Just tell me when to stop. Okay, you know, take that card, and you can completely be on the other side of the room. It's just don't stare at the deck. I'm going to tell you that. Do not stare at the deck. Learn how to peek instead of like see. when we're doing a lot of work, a lot of mentalism stuff, we'll peek a card like this. Okay, take a look at the card. Six of Hearts, right? Do the same idea with peeking the backs. Like for example, if um, if I was like, if I was going to do this, say, okay, say stop right here. Okay, now go ahead and take a look at that card. You got it. I'm going to take everything back here. I don't want to look. I don't want to see anything. Now it looked like I didn't look at it, but I know it was the two of clubs. And not only do I know it's the two of clubs, right? But I know that card. I know the card and I know the location because of mem deck work. So I can tell you the card and boom, instantly. Oh, you want me to shuffle? Okay, I shuffle. Doesn't matter. You already know that. Shuffle the deck, and now I know the card and I know the location. So there's that. I can tell you it's the two of clubs, and I can tell you it is the 27th card from the top. So there's lots of things you can do. Like if I told you, say, okay, that was somewhere in the middle of the deck, and I'd say just name a number right now, and let's say you say um, 26 or whatever, then I know it's one card off. All I have to do is cut one card to the top via or cut one card from the bottom to the top, or from the top to the bottom, right? And once I do that, and I do that via a pass, it's exactly the number that you said. I said just you, it's somewhere in the middle. Guess somewhere in the middle between 152. And no matter what you can peel off some cards singly, or from the top or the bottom, vice versa. You can get really close to that number, and then you got a boom instant any card at any number. With you know, like I said, laymen tend to want you to shuffle anyway. So, oh, it's short. It definitely can, for sure. Definitely can. Um, um, you can write your prediction while they roll a few times. Yeah, particularly know what position now. Yeah, yeah. I mean, even with just a regular mark deck, you can do that type of work too. It's pretty awesome. I mean, I have so many marked decks and so much material. The beautiful thing about mark decks is it's not really a gimmick deck. It is, but at the same time, you can use it for anything. So how gimmicked is it if you can use it for everything? You can't say that for any other deck. You can't say that for a stripper deck. You can't use it for everything. You can't let the spectator shuffle the mark deck. You can an invisible deck. It's a one trick horse pony, type of thing. There's all those other trick decks. You can't use them for everything, but this you can. So why not start with this? And then on top of that, if you memorize a stack, whatever stack you want, doesn't matter as long as it's memorized, you can do killer stuff. And all those people that say don't learn mem deck work, all those people that say it, you know what? Learn it and then go back and fool them with it. And then say, hey, I thought you said it's not valuable. Have you thought of a blank mark deck? Yeah, actually, it's not marked in the traditional sense of what you might think, but I have a routine that does something like that on the channel. All my tutorials are free. I never charge for anything. Check out my tutorial section. You're going to find something really valuable. Also, like even something as simple like, okay, let's say you don't want to learn, or you haven't learned, uh, a memorized deck. Use size Stebbins with a marked deck. You'll thank me later. Um, that's it. I think I got to cut it because I am a little bit running out of time. I've got some stuff I have to do today, but I want to thank you for joining this live. I had, I think, a pretty good session here, right? Um, so yeah, there's so many things you can do. Also, oh, here we go. Let me recommend something to you. If and they just got this book back available at Vanishing Ink. If you would like to memorize a deck, buy this book. I guarantee you, by the time you're finished reading this book, you will have not one, but possibly, if you'd like, two decks memorized. This has some very powerful stuff, and I'm not going to go into telling you what it is, but all I'm going to say, uh, see, like you have a double stack. You can learn two stacks, and I haven't read through this book yet, possibly because I don't really need to just yet. Um, but there's great illustrations. There's pictures on almost every book or every page, I should say. But this is called The Memory Arts, and it's by Sarah and David Trustman, or I think it's Sarah Elefant and David Trustman now. But The Memory Arts over available at Vanishing Ink. And no, I don't get paid for that, although I probably should, right? Um, yeah, definitely go buy that book. Some people have claimed they've been able to memorize a stack within hours of while reading the book. Within hours. It took me 2.5 years, and I didn't have that book at the time because it was sold out and I couldn't find it anywhere. At least not at a decent price. So right now that book is like $50. Pick it up. Also, I found the book, just an older version. Perfect. Doesn't matter. Yeah, if you can get that book, get that book. If you can get it at a discount, just grab it either way. Memorize it, memorize the deck, and go fool those people that told you, hey, um, memorize deck doesn't mean nothing. It's not valuable. Go fool them with it. Also, if you're going to get into that work, I would suggest Monica, the original classic here by Juan Tamariz. And then you have, I know you mentioned Aussie Win earlier. He has two books, but Repertoire, or two books like this. Repertoire is one of my favorite books. It has a lot of routines that require memorized deck work. Um, there's also, because I'm gonna recommend you some stuff right now. There is by Pitt Hartling, In Order to Amaze. Great book. Unbeatable magic in here. Um, there's a lot more, but I think that's a perfect place to start. And you'll thank yourself. You'll thank yourself, and you'll thank me later after memorizing a stack. And it doesn't have to be Monica. You can do Aronson or Redford, whatever you want. It doesn't matter. I think just how valuable it is. I even have a stack out called the BTM stack, which is like $10 over at library.com. And you don't have to memorize it, which is the cool part. Um, I don't want to give away too much, but you can do more stuff with it than let's say like a regular size Stebbins. It looks better than size Stebbins, but it works similarly but different. I don't know how to explain it without giving it away. But that's $10. Not trying to plug my own stuff right now, but if you're interested in stack work, that's a good place to get started. All right, I am going to cut it off here, but I am glad that you guys stopped by, and I really hope that you get into this and carry the secret weapon of the MD. Okay, MDs are very important. That secret weapon is one of the things that Joshua J said is do not. It's like why take a knife to a gunfight. And matter of fact, speaking of that, I'll give you one last book recommendation. If you don't want to learn either one of those, uh, where is it here? Okay, so if you don't want to learn any other stack, this is so powerful. It's called The Particle System by Joshua J. Highly recommend this. It's a stack. It's neither of the other stacks that I've mentioned, but man, he's got some great routines with that stuff there. Wonderful. So that's it. I am heading out, and I'll see you guys later.